Hello, my dear students. Today we are going to discuss about the political science second chapter, public administration. Okay, the public administration, the political science second chapter, the public administration. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about what are the importance of the public administration and meaning, the scope of the public administration, the meaning of the recruitments and its methods, the meaning of training and its methods, the Union Public Service Commission, the Karnataka Public Service Commission, and central government secretariat and state government secretariat and law and order. Okay, see for example, my dear students, for example, the public administration. See, for example, you know very well, according to the Constitution of India, the government are divided into three branches, three organs: legislative, executive, judiciary. See, for example, the public administration also the fourth organ of the government. Okay, the public administration is very, very important. Okay, see, for example, that's what we are going to discuss about the public administration. See, what is the meaning of the public administration? The public administration is related to the total functioning of the government. Okay, the public administration is the part of the government that runs day to day the functioning of the government, functioning of the state. So for example, the honesty of the ordinary implementation of the law ideas called the public administration. The public administration is one of the main areas of the social studies also. The public administration is related to the total functioning of the government. The public administration is the part of the government that's run day to day the functioning of the state. The public administration is the art and soul of the state also. There is no state without public administration. The modern, okay, the state is called administrative state. Without administration, a government is only a meaningless charter. Okay, the public administration ensures unity and harmony in the society by solving the problems of the society. That's what I'm telling. The public administration is very, very important for essential for all administrative activities. How to run the administrative machinery without public administration, it is not at all easy to run the administrative machinery. That's what I'm telling. The public administration is one of the main area of the social science also. The public administration is related to the total functioning of the government. The public administration is that part of the government also. Okay, the public administration is the heart and soul of the government also. There is no state without public administration. Is it or not? The modern state, it is also called what the administrative state. The administrative state, that they but what the ideal state, a welfare state, and a very administrative, well and good administrative machinery. Okay, say how to run the administrative machinery with the help of public administration. Okay, without public administration, a government is only the meaningless charter. Is it or not? That's what public administration is very, very important. The public administration is very essential for the all administrative activities. The public administration ensures the unity and harmony in the society by the solving the problems of the society. Okay, the public without public administration, it is not so easy to solve the problems of society also. That's what is the meaning of the public administration. The public administration is related to the total functioning of the government. The public administration is the part of the government also. Okay, that runs day to day the functioning of the state. This next slide is what see the Woodrow Wilson. The Woodrow Wilson. Okay, he was a ex-president of America, Abraham Woodrow Wilson. Okay, he was the father of the public administration. In like that only, the public administration. For example, what is that? See, the word the public administration is used for the first time, for example, Alexander Hamilton in the year 1812. Okay, the Woodrow Wilson, he was the father of the public administration. He was the ex-president of America. And see, for example, Alexander Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton, the word public administration is used for the first time, Alexander Hamilton. See, for example, in like that only, under the article, see, under the article, see, for example, that it will give, for example, 315, under the article 315, it will give the overall information about what is it, public administration. Under the article 315, it will give the overall information about the public administration. Okay, next, all the importance of the public administration. The public administration is there. No, what are all the importance of the public administration? For example, first, the public administration is the pillar of the government. See, for example, you know very well. See, for example, what is it? See, the public administration is there. No, see, according to the Constitution of India, the government are divided into three branches, three arcans: legislative, executive, judiciary. For example, the public administration also one of the main pillar of the government also. Okay, see, for example, that's what without without administration, a government is only the meaningless charter. That's what I'm telling. The public administration also one of the main pillar of the government. There are mainly four pillars are there in the government system: legislative, executive, judiciary, and public administration. Okay, the second one, the second importance of the public administration, it serves the various functions in the interest of the public. See for example, what is it? The public administration is there. No, for the public administration, the providing the basic facilities. For example, education, employment opportunities, the protect the state and ensures the economic equality. It provide numerous services like, for example, how to run the administrative machinery, what all the main powers and functions of the public administration, how to appointment of the, for example, the public servant. UPSC, SPSC, and JPSC officers. Okay, these are all the, for example, implementation of the law and policies. For example, what is it? The law and order. The law and order is there. No, the maintenance of the law and order are the two faces of same coin. Law and order is the two faces of a same coin. See, for example, no one should be above the law. Everyone should be below the law. Okay, that's what I'm telling you. The public administration regulate the activities of the people by implementation of the law and policies. If the public administration does not function well, the policies remain only the paper. That's what I'm telling. The public administration is very, very important. It serves the various function in the interest of the public. Okay, the next third important of the public administration, the implementation of the law and policies. See, for example, the implementation of the law and policy. The public administration regulates the activities of the people by implementation of the law and policies. If the public administration does not function well, the policies remain only the paper. That's what the out implementation of the law and policies. Okay, for example, the law and order, law and policies are the two faces of same coin in the public administration system. Okay, that's what I'm telling you. The implementation of the law and order are also one of the main important of the public administration. Necessary to protect the social security. The public administration functioning as the toll of social security. Even though the government changes, public administration remain consist of ensure stability of the administration. Okay, so for example, what is the smooth functioning of the administration? For example, how to maintaining of the smooth functioning of the administration. The alpha, but the protect the social security. The social security also one of the main intention of the public administration. So for example, what is it? Say, for example, the public administration ensures unity and the unity harmony in the society by solving the problems of the society. These are all the main important points of the public administration. The support legislature and executive. Okay, see for example, the legislative or executive are also the two faces of same coin. Like the public administration aids the implementation of the policies from by the legislature. It is also provide input in the forms of the statistics of the suggestions for the formulation of the policies by the government. The public administration and what is it? Legislative and executive. For example, the legislative means what? Enact the law, and the executive means what? Enforce the law. So that's what I'm telling. The support legislature and executive with the help of public administration, which is the main motto of the public administration, how to support, how to encourage the legislature and executive. Okay, this one also many important points of the public administration. Total the scope of the public administration. Looker Gulick explain the scope of the public administration. It is also called what postcard. The postcard means what? P, planning. O, organization. S, stopping. D, direction or decision making. C, O, coordination. R, reporting, and budgeting. This is the scope of the public administration. The scope of the public administration, it is also called what? The planning, organization, staffing, direction, coordination, reporting, and budgeting. See, for example, the next slide is what, see, for example, this talk about the scope of the public administration: planning, organization, staffing, direction, decision making, coordination, reporting, and budgeting. In like that only, the recruitment of, and training. What is the difference between recruitment and training? See, for example, what is it? What is the meaning of recruitment? What is the meaning of recruitment? The process of searching eligible candidate for the civil services and motivating them to compete for the civil services is called recruitment. See, the process of searching eligible candidate for the civil services and motivating them to the compete for the civil services is called recruitment. Okay, an efficient administration is based on efficient recruitment process. Okay, why recruitment is very very important? An efficient administration is based on the efficient recruitment process. If an efficient, honest, and eligible person is selected to civil services, the person deliver good public services through his creativity and intelligence and positive behavior. If our recruitment process is more scientific and efficient, the public administration become the more efficient by having efficient civil service. Okay, the recruitment has a prominent role in the base of staff structure according to OG Stell. Recruitment is based on structure. The recruitment process is very very important. See, for example, a method of recruitment. There are two methods of recruitment systems are there. The direct recruitment and external recruitment, internal recruitment, and recruitment by promotion. So what is the difference between the direct recruitment and internal recruitment? The direct recruitment, it is also called what external recruitment. Internal recruitment, it is also called what recruitment by promotion. The direct recruitment. See, for example, what is it? The direct recruitment is the most popular and scientific method of the recruitment. The recruitment eligible candidates through the competitive exam in the fixed pattern is called direct recruitment. With the method of how to elect the members of direct recruitment methods elected by the competitive exam with the help of a CET, like that the competitive exams. Okay, the candidate need to the some general qualifications and specific qualification to enter into the service through the direct recruitment. Some important what is the general qualifications also very important, and specific qualifications should be required. Okay, see, for example, that's what I'm telling. The internal recruitment. The internal recruitment means what? See, for example, what is it? See, the selecting the eligible in services personnel to higher position is called as internal recruitment. Most of the countries have adopted these methods. Okay, the India also adopted the same method only, the internal recruitment by promotion. There are two types of recruitment systems are there: direct recruitment and external recruitment. The internal recruitment and recruitment by promotion. So what is the difference between the direct recruitment and the indirect recruitment? The next slide is what the training. What is the meaning of training? Let's say, for example, the efficiency of the civil service, the personnel depend on the quality of the training received. The training is a continuous process. The training has a special place in the public administration. Only through the proper training, the personnel can gain the necessary knowledge to perform. The training is very, very important. Training is very, very essential for in all administrative activities and all public servant in the, for example, like that only. See, for example, what are all the types of training? See, for example, the training is divided into 5 types based on the method, duration, level of training, aim of training, and institution providing the training. Okay, see, for example, there are 5 types of training systems are there: formal and informal training. Okay, the pre-service and post-beginning excuse me, service training, the short-term and long-term training, departmental and central institute training, skill training, and background training. So what is the first we are going to discuss about the formal and informal training. Formal training is a training that is received by employees which is carefully planned in the advance. This training is provided under the supervision of the expert. Okay, see for example the training. For example, what is it? The formal training is the training that is received by the employee which is carefully planned within the service. Okay, that is also called what formal training. Informal training means what? Informal training means the training that an employees gain while doing his duty. An employees receive the training during his day-to-day excavation of the duties. Okay, so that is also called what the formal and informal training. Then second, the pre-service and post-beginning service training. See, for example, now what is the difference between pre-service and post-beginning of service training? The pre-service training prepare the future employees for the civil services. Okay, the first beginning of service training is called the first beginning of service training is provided to those who have been selected to specific post. This training aim at importing better skill and efficiency. This is also called what pre-service and post-beginning service training. The short-term and long-term training. What is the difference between short-term and the long-term training? See, for example, what is it? The short-term training. The short-term training is a 4 or 6 week duration. Okay, for example, the doctor selected through the Public Service Commission. Okay, undergo 6 week training is there. No, that is also called what the short term training. The long term training nothing but what the long term training is continuous in the nature and its duration would be of 1 or 2 years. The training given the candidate selected for all India services. Example, this type of training. See, for example, the departmental and central institution training. See, what is the meaning of departmental? The training provided by specific department for the candidate selected for it is called what departmental training. For example, police personnel training like that. Okay, the training provided by central government institution is called central institution training. Example, training provided by Lal Bahadur Shastri National Administrative Institution in Missouri, like the in Darjeeling, in Hyderabad, some important the training institution centers. Okay, the skill training and background training. So for example, what is it last but not least? Skill training and background training. A training okay, which is aiming and increasing the skill of the personnel is called skill training. Example, the compulsory B.Ed training for high school teachers like that, the skill training. And background training, a training that aims at providing the general awareness is called background training. Example, training provided by Mysuru Administrative Training Institutions also. The next slide is the UPSC. Example of the public administration is there. No, the public administration are divided into 3 types: All India Service, Central Service, and State Service. In All India Service are divided into 3 types: UPSC, SPSC, and JPSC. The Union Public Service Commission and SPSC, the State Public Service Commission, are KPSC, the Karnataka Public Service Commission, and third one, JPSC, the Joint Public Service Commission. In this slide, we are going to discuss about the UPSC, the Union Public Service Commission. See, according to the Article 315, under the Article 315, it will give the overall information about the UPSC, the Union Public Service Commission, and State Public Service Commission, and Joint Public Service Commission. See, for example, see the UPSC. See, for example, what is it? The President of India. The President of India appoint the chairman and member of the UPSC. For example, Union Public Service Commission, head of the Department of the Union Service Commission located in New Delhi. See, for example, how to elect the members and chairmen of the UPSC. Okay, the President of India, the President of India, okay, appoint the chairman and the members of the Central and Joint Public Service Commission also. Okay, see for example, the total, what is it, the term of the UPSC member, the 6 year to 65 years, the 6th year to, okay, and 65-year age, this is the retirement age of the UPSC members and chairmen. Okay, for example, for example, appointment of the president, appointment of the UPSC members and chairman of the UPSC president only. How to dissolve the post of what is it UPSC with the method of impeachment, with the method of what is on the basis of misbehavior, incapacity, and violating the constitutions. Okay, see for example, the president will have the power to dismiss any member and chairman of the UPSC. Okay, see for example, the head of the department of the UPSC located in situated in New Delhi. For example, under the Article 350, under the Article 320, under the Article 320, it will give, for example, in UPSC, for example, in IAS, Indian Administrative Service, in IFS, Indian Foreign Service, IPS, Indian Police Service, and IAS, Indian Agriculture Service, IPS, Indian Postal Service, like that in IRS, Indian Railway Service, Indian Revenue Service, Indian Foreign Service, Indian Forest Service, like that. Okay, there are three important main uh, portfolios are there. For example, IAS, IPS, and IFS. Indian Administrative Service, Indian Police Service, IAS, DC. Okay, IPS, SP, Superintendent of Police. Okay, IFS. Okay, the range officers, Indian Foreign Service, Indian Forest Service also. Okay, see for example, in like that only, what are all the powers and functions of the what is it UPSC? For example, what is it? Say for example, say IAS, Indian Administrative Service, Indian Police Service, Indian Forest Service, Indian Revenue Service, IAS, Indian Accounting and Auditing Service. Okay, these are all the main important divisions of the UPSC. For example, they are conducted at three levels also. The primary examination, main examination, and the personality test. How to how to select the members of the member and chairman of the UPSC, the method of competitive exams. Again, IAS exams, APS exams, again UPSC exam, the Union Public Service Commission's exams like that. In this exams, there are three main stages. Stages are there. Preliminary exams like that. After preliminary exam, main exam, after completion of the main exam, personality test. After personality test, interview is there like that. Okay, for example, some important formulations are there, formulas are there, important procedures are there. In next, we're going to discuss about what is about all the functions of the UPSC. The conducting exam for the recruitment of the Group A and B officers of the central government. Okay, conducting interviews for direct recruitment, advising the central government on the issues related to the promotion and transfer. Okay, advising government on the incentive of the disciplinary actors against the irregular of the government employees on the direction of the president, advising the government any needed issues. These are all the main important functions of the UPSC, the Union Public Service Commission. In like the 20, in SPSC, the State Public Service Commission, for example, in SPSC in Karnataka, KPSC, the Karnataka Public Service Commission. That of the Department of the Karnataka Public Service Commission is located in Bengaluru. Okay, see for example, when establishment of the Karnataka Public Service Commission in the year 1951. Okay, for example, the Karnataka Public Service Commission. Okay, the chairman and members of the Karnataka Public Service Commission appointed by governor. Okay, the total term of the KPSC, Karnataka Public Service Commission members and chairman 6 to 62 years. In UPSC 6 to 65 years. In KPSC 6 to 62 years. Okay, see for example, what is it? See the main office of the Karnataka Public Service Commission, Bangalore. Regional offices are regional administrative centers also are there. Mysuru, Belagavi, Kalburgi, and Shiwamogga. Okay, for example, what are the main important exams are there? For example, in KES, Karnataka Administrative Service, KES, Karnataka Educational Service, KRS, Karnataka Revenue Service, KPS, Karnataka Police Service, like that. Okay, different types of services are there. And how to elect the members and chairmen of the KPSC with the method of KPSC exam, Karnataka Public Service Commission exam. Okay, in Karnataka, Lok Seva Ayoga exams. What are the main important features in State Public Service Commission? For example, see what are all the main important features of the State Public Service Commission. For example, under the Article 315 to 323, it will give the overall information about what are all the main important powers and functions of the what is it in KPSC. For example, appointing civil gazetted and non-gazetted officers of the state government through the written exam interviews as per for example, assistant commissioner, Tashildar, and DYSP, deputy superintendent of police, like that, conducting a departmental exam for the state government employees. For example, these are all the main functions of the KPSC. Okay, advising government and incentive, okay, disciplinary manners against the earning officials, coordinating the various exam candidate by the Union Public Service Commission in the states. This is all the main important functions of the researcher, KPSC. Okay, say for example, what is it? The next important point is what? Say for example, the law and order. Say for example, the law and order in the order of the law and order, the maintenance of the law and order are the two faces of same coin. Okay, na? Say for example, what is it? Listen carefully. The rules and central government. What are the main important rules of the central government? As per the Article 356, whenever there is a constitutional failure of the state government take place, it should enforce emergency of presidential rule in the state. Okay, take the responsibility for declaration emergency. The president of India. There are three types of emergencies are there. Okay, and the national emergency, state emergency, and financial emergency. In state emergencies, see for example, whenever there is a constitutional failure in the state government, then at that time only the government, the presidential form of government is ruling in the particular state only. See for example, the central home minister has okay, take the responsibility for what is it? Presidential form of government. See, for example, what are all the main important what is it? The portfolios of the what is it? The rule of the central government. First one, the Central Armed CRPF, CRFOF, the CRPF, the Central Armed Reserve. Okay, this force has maintained law and order. Okay, for example, the national calamities, what is it? Natural calamities like a drought, flood, like that. Some important natural calamities time only. Okay, the Border Security Force, BSF. This force is formed to check the criminal activities in the borders. It policies of the border to check illegal activities. Okay, the policies border and providing safety and security to the people living in the border areas and the maintaining functioning of the border security force. This is the main motto of the BSF, Border Security Force. The next one is the Railway Protection Force. Okay, the Railway RPF. Okay, it's protect the property of the railway. It okay. Say for example, the illegal activities in train. Then CISF. Okay, this force provided the protection to the various big industries of the central government. This force is also utilized serve the airports and big industry in the big multinational companies and airports. Okay, then next one, for example, the rule of the state government, the state police. Okay, for example, what is it? For example, the police department come under the Home Minister, Ministry of Home. The Home Minister has the responsibility of the police forces. Is it or not? The Home Minister is added by the Secretary who, for example, what is it? In IPS officer. Say, for example, a state police structure is there. No, the Home Minister, under the Home Minister, Home Secretary, under the Home Secretary, Director General of Police, DGP, okay, head of the police department. He is the head of the police department, DGP. Okay, Director General Police. Okay, then next under the DGP, for example, Director General of Police, ADGP, Additional Director General of Police, okay, Deputy Inspector General of Police in the divisional head. Is a divisional head. Then SP, okay, head of the district police administrator, the superintendent of police, SP, the superintendent of police. Under the SP, DYSP, deputy superintendent of police. Under the DYSP, for example, CPI, the circle police inspector. okay, in the circle head. Then in PSI, in Taluk headquarters, the police sub-inspector, okay, under the police sub-inspector, ASI, assistant sub-inspector of police, and head constable, and police constable, and the Dapedar. Okay, these are all the main important uh, portfolios of the police department also. Okay, see, this is also called what the public administration. Okay, thank you so much for the